Well, I'm going to have fun with this one. What is up, Finn fans? This is going to be a very interesting video in the aspect that some people are going to be eating some crow. Now, in this video, we're going to talk more about Tua Tagovailoa, going to talk about how he's doing, all that good stuff, and then we're going to kind of go back and address some of the things that are being said, my thoughts on Tua and all that stuff, being that we did hit the mid-season point. And I do want to talk a little bit about Tua, but I also want to talk about, like the title said, Tua is changing people's minds. So we're going to jump into all that stuff. But first and foremost, I have to shout out some new members and patrons on the membership side. I'm going to pop it up. I have to thank Charles Patrick, Griffin Gaming, Joe Webb, and Donji. Thank you guys so much for becoming members. And on the Patreon side, I have to thank Augie Vera. Again, I made this announcement, but I'll make it again. I'm going to probably start doing special live streams just for members. I have a stroke there. Members and patrons. So essentially, if you're a patron, if you're part of the Patreon, or if you're part of the membership, I'm going to go live at some points, and I'm just going to send you guys the link to the live stream and have conversations with you guys and talk. Another perk that I'm adding to being a membership and a patron, obviously there's exclusive perks for one or the other, but I want to thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and helping me and all that great stuff. So now let's jump into the video, and we're going to be talking, I'm going to break down some stats, right? You guys saw that in my mid-season review, I broke down some Tua stats, and we're going to get into some of those that I broke down when it comes to Tua Tagovailoa. He's first in passer rating. He's first in yards per attempt. He's first in pass touchdown per attempt. He's third in win percentage. He's third in completion percentage. His pass touchdown to interception 15-3 is third in the NFL. He's first in QBR. He is first in touchdown percentage, 14th in passing yards, tied for fourth with touchdowns. First Dolphin quarterback to go back-to-back 300 plus 3 touchdown and no interception games. Third down passer rating of a 147 is the best ever since it was essentially recorded back in 1991. Tua right now at this point, I'm going to give you more stats. Because I just got to give you more stats. His on-target percentage, 81%. That is the best. Yeah, I did that on purpose. That is the best in the NFL. His bad throw percentage, so essentially the amount of times that he throws a bad pass, he is 12th. Now, that's good, right? You want to be first, and Geno Smith is first. He only has 8% of his throws are bad. Tua is 12th with 13.8% of his passes are bad. So he's first in the NFL when he's on target, and his bad passes are about 12th. Very, very good there. His air yards, obviously, we're going to talk about that. 5th in the NFL, actually tied for 4th in the NFL with 9 yards per pass. And again, this isn't the catch and run aspect of it. It is how far it goes from his hand to the receiver's hand before anything else. Also, I want to talk about Yak. He's 23rd in the NFL on Yak. And we're going to get to that because I have some audio clips. Because, again, I'm not getting copyright claimed from Fox and all these stupid people. Because we're going to put some people on blast. I'm not going to get copyright claimed by these people. But Yak is going to come in. Because there's some things we need to talk about. Big-time throws. Tua Tagovailoa, when it comes to big-time throw percentage. Can you guess where he's ranked? He's ranked 14th with 4.4%. Below him is Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, Mac Jones, Russell Wilson, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Jared Goff, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is ranked 32nd in big-time throw percentage. So Tua is up there, and I'm very happy with him being 14. You know, he has guys ahead of him like Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Carson Wentz. That's funny to me. Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers are ahead of him, but he's ahead of a lot of guys. Average depth of target, Tua Tagovailoa is ranked 9th with 9.7 average depth of target, ahead of Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, all of these guys. Turnover-worthy plays. His percentage is 17th there, right? You got guys like Jacoby Brissett, Josh Allen, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. These guys have worse turnover worthy percentage. I wish Tua's was lower than 17th. He's tied with Matt Ryan. So he needs to adjust that. But overall, Tua's playing like a top 10, possibly top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. Now, the whole point of this is, yes, I'm going to throw his stats out there. Yes, I'm going to, praise the guy because Tua is playing fantastic this season. And it's noticeable. And it's very noticeable to see him on the field with the Miami Dolphins and off the field with the Miami Dolphins. On the field with the Miami Dolphins, the Dolphins are 6-0. We're 6-3. So is it possible that the Dolphins right now could be 9-0, could be tied with the Eagles, undefeated, and number one in the AFC, number one in the NFL, because they would have a game over the Philadelphia Eagles? Very possible. I'm not going to say it's definitely likely, and it's very possible just because of the way he has played and the way the team has played around him. There was the rumors out there. Someone came out and said, I can't win with Tua. I don't want to play with him. His team's not backing him. No one wants him there. And which, the no one wants him there could be equated to the quarterback, the head coach, the owner, and the GM. Because they did go after Deshaun Watson. They did go after Tom Brady. But he's just like, you know what? I'm going to prove them all wrong. And that's what this video is about. I'm going to shut him up. Because right now he's shutting a lot of people up. There's still some that are out there that I'm going to talk about. There's still some out there, and we'll get to them. But here's the Miami Dolphins with Tua Tagovailoa, right? Points per game, 27.5 points per game with Tua on the field. First downs, they average 20.8 first downs per game with Tua on the field. Yards per game, 382.2 with him. Passing, 301. Turnovers, there's 3. I'm going to give him 4. Because he was on the field in Cincinnati when he threw that interception. So 4 turnovers with Tua on the field. Earned points, expected points added. So essentially, these are the expected points added. They add 0.18. That is number 1 in the NFL with Tua on the field. Third down percentage, 52.5. 52.5% of the time they are converting the third down with Tua on the field. Just so you know, as a team right now, the Miami Dolphins are 41.3, and that is 14th in the NFL. If you add another 9% on there, that's where the Dolphins are with Tua in third down percentage. 52.5% of third down converted with Tua on the field. Now, without Tua, points per game drops from 27.5 to 16 without Tua. First downs drops a little bit, only a 0.2% to 20.6%. Yards per game drop a little bit, 377. Passing yards per game drop from 301 to 278.7. Turnovers shoot up to 6 turnovers without Tua there. Expected points added is negative 0.11. Last in the NFL. And third down conversion rate. Without Tua on the field and without him behind the helm as the Dolphins quarterback, their third down conversion rate is 24.3%. With Tua on the field, third down conversion rate 52.5. Probably number 1 in the NFL. Without Tua on the field, third down conversion rate 24.3. Probably last in the NFL. It is crazy the difference when Tua's on the field when he's not. Also, Air Player of the Week 3 times. He just did it back-to-back, and he did it against the Baltimore Ravens. Tua is making a lot of people eat crow. Sean Payton, right? Sean Payton came out and said, I expect Teddy Bridgewater to be the starter by, I think he said, week 6. And I expect Tua to be benched. He was dead wrong on that. We're going to get to some guys that I don't want to talk about anymore, but this is a video where I'm going to make people eat crow. So it's going to be nice to kind of talk about these guys and how wrong they are. So again, we're just going to be playing audio. I'm not going to play the full thing because I hate this man. And that's a strong word to say. But he's so wrong. in so many different aspects of his takes. He's talked bad about Lamar Jackson and how he's essentially the next Tim Tebow. He's wrong. He talked about when Adam Gase came to the New York Jets that he's going to stamp his Super Bowl ticket because Gase teamed up with Sam Darnold as taking the Jets to the Super Bowl. He's wrong. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play this for you guys. I'm not going to show you him. You're going to listen to about 5 seconds of it, and then we're going to talk about it.
So this is very interesting. Right now, Tua, quarterback of the Dolphins, leads the NFL in on-target throws, number 1. So you feel pretty good about that. He is the most accurate guy when the ball is perfectly thrown. He also leads the NFL in uncatchably inaccurate balls.
That's all I'm going to play. Because he rambles on, essentially talking about how the Dolphins... It's not because of Tua, and he's expecting... Tua's winning, he's not great. That's half-truth. That's a half-truth, is the title of that. It's the laugh. It's the laugh. And I'm not going to play it again because it makes me want to throw up. It's a... It's the laugh. Like, he's like, I got him. I got him. Tua's garbage. I got him. It's the laugh. And I can't stand him. I don't understand how he has a job. Now, I understand it's for clicks and what he's doing and what I'm doing is essentially what he wants me to do. That's a riddle for you, or a little bit of a brain twister. He wants this reaction. He wants people talking about him. For one, I'm not showing him, and for two, I played about 20 seconds of his dumb voice. But he's wrong. He's wrong. He was wrong about Lamar Jackson. He was wrong about the New York Jets. He was wrong about Baker Mayfield. And he brought him in, and then he instantly backpedals. If you confront him, he's that guy who talks crap. And then when you confront him, oh, no. This is what I meant. And, oh, no. That's him. Probably never played a down of football in his life. Probably never played a down of a sport in life. He sits behind this desk that is about 9 feet tall, and then he makes his guests sit on a normal couch. So he towers over them like he's a judge. Colin Cowherd is a coward. That's all I'm going to say, because he's dead wrong. So I'm going to just lay that egg on his head. We're going to move over to the next one. This next one is Chris Canty. If you guys know Chris Canty, he's not a big Dolphin fan. He's not a big Tua Tagovailoa fan. Same thing with Keyshawn Johnson. But it seems like they both eat crow here. So I'm going to play it. I'll pause that at some points, but I'm going to play it. It's only a 1.5-minute clip. But just listen to the disdain. Listen to the ugh in what he says here.
I think a quarterback's got to be in the mix.
Listen, the Vikings are in the conversation.
Yeah, but Thielen ain't the same Thielen as he was, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, but you got arguably the best receiver.
Yeah, but we're talking about quarterback plus either tight end or wide out or running back, but the quarterback's got to be there. So it's going to be, I'm saying, there are levels.
So
Josh Allen.
So we're including the quarterback?
The quarterback must be included, and then you could choose any other position along with the quarterback.
Running back, receiver, tight end, quarterback, receiver, tight end.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. I still don't trust what the tape is showing, but I got to go with the Miami Dolphins, man.
I'm going to play more. He doesn't trust what the tape is showing. What do you mean you don't trust what the tape is showing? That's like me throwing water in your face and being like, that was me. I just threw water in your face. I think it was someone else. You don't trust what the tape is telling you.
And Tyreek?
I still don't trust it. Key, I'm right there with you. I still don't trust it either. I trust it.
But you know what? It's not just
midway through the season, he's got the best QBR.
I'm going to be able to go down to Miami and eat now. I trust it.
It's not Tua and Tyreek. It's Tua, Tyreek.
I don't give a damn what they accept. I'm going.
You saying you trust it?
Yeah, because he gets the ball out fast. He hits the back foot. He let it rip, and they do the rest with it.
False.
And I seen them without.
False. He plants his back foot. He gets the ball out to him, and then they do the rest with it. If that is the case, the Miami Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa wouldn't be... Well, not Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa would not be 23rd in the NFL in YAC. 689 yards in YAC. You know who's number one? Patrick Mahomes with 1,378. Patrick Mahomes has double the amount of yards after catch that Tua Tagovailoa has. It's Patrick Mahomes is number one, Joe Burrow's number two, Justin Herbert's number three, Tom Brady's number four, Kyler Murray's number five, Aaron Rodgers 6, Matthew Stafford, Goff, Hurts, Josh Allen. That's your top 10 in the NFL in yards after catch. Tua Tagovailoa, 23rd. So if that's the case, what Keyshawn Johnson just said, where he plants his back foot, gets the ball to him, and then he lets them do the rest, that yak number would be way higher.
And I seen them with him. And does that mean that it's going to sustain into the playoffs when they get into cold weather and they got to go up to Buffalo and New England?
Yep.
Is it going to be the same? I don't know. But as of right now, it looked pretty damn good.
You know what I thought?
You're going to have 1,500 yards in the air between two dudes.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Tyreek Hill is on pace to tie Calvin Johnson's receiving record through 16 games. And, of course, he's going to smash it through 17 games if he stays healthy. So that's saying something.
So a lot of people are eating crow. A lot of people, and again, there's people in the comment section there, and there's still people out there that, and I knew this was going to happen, right? I knew that once you bring in Mike McDaniel, right, who's a good coach, he's a good, he's a smart coach. He knows what he's doing. We've seen it, and a lot of people were skeptical. Hell, I was even skeptical. I'm like, what can he do? What can he do when he faces adversity? 3-game losing streak, and you know what he did? He won another 3 after that. What can he do in certain situations? You bring a guy in like that. Not only did he help Tua Tagovailoa, he's helping everyone else. He's helping Jalen Waddle. He's helping, Tyreek Hill. Tua even said McDaniel has a tailored offense towards what players do best. It's individual based on routes. Hill runs best, for example. Same with Hill. Same with Tua's skill sets. You are my quarterback. And I am going to do everything I can to make you successful. You are my wide receiver. You are my wide receiver. Run game, offensive line. You guys are going to fit into what you do best. That is why Solomon Kinley is not on the team anymore, because he doesn't fit the scheme that the Dolphins offensive line is doing. It wouldn't help. Even if he is a top pick, it wouldn't help for him to be in this situation because he doesn't fit the scheme. Mac Hollins, as much as me and a bunch of other Dolphin fans love Mac Hollins, he doesn't fit in the scheme that Mike McDaniel's running. You know who does? Sherfield, Craycraft, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson Jr., who all of a sudden went off last week. These are guys that fit. He's going to put you in the scheme. You know who didn't do that? Brian Flores. And I'm not knocking Brian Flores. He had to just have a very good defense. But Brian Flores, when it came to the offensive side, forced Tua Tagovailoa his rookie year to learn a different offense. Then let me try to fix this by having 3 guys try to help you. That's not what he needed. What he needed is what Mike McDaniel's giving him. So now all of a sudden, a lot of people are changing their minds. A lot of people. But again, there's still some out there who say, oh, the only reason Tua is doing well is because he has an offensive line. He has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and he has a head coach. That's the only reason he's doing well. That's the only reason any quarterback in the NFL is doing well. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Oh, the only reason Justin Herbert's not doing well is because he doesn't have weapons, he doesn't have an offensive line, and he doesn't have a coach. No, duh. That is the reason why Tua struggled the past 2 years, is because he was in now the situation that Justin Herbert's in, who's struggling. Do you not take them and put them together? Your quarterback is doing well because he's in a situation that helps him. Hey, do you know why Jalen Hurts is doing well? Because he's in a situation that's helping him. Mac Jones, you know why he's not doing well? Is because Bill Belichick doesn't want him on the team anymore because he has no weapons. Do you see how football works now, people? And there's still people out there who don't understand that that's the point. You find your quarterback, you see what he does well, anticipation, accuracy, you manipulating the defense with your eyes, and you build off that. Oh, he doesn't have a rocket arm. He's not going to throw it 60 yards while running to his right or left. All right, you don't need him to. You get him an offensive line where he can plan his feet and do the right adjustments, and he's going to convert it 3rd and 22 against the Buffalo Bills. Now, that being said, right, I just went off on a tangent, essentially praising Tua Tagovailoa, but he kind of deserves it when the Dolphins are 6-0 with him on the field, when they have a crazy amount of points, a crazy amount of yards, and they're winning shootouts. When was the last time you've heard the Miami Dolphins win shootouts? Against the Ravens, against the Lions, and against the Bears, we won shootouts. No one would have thought. I've heard it. I've heard it from the media. I've heard it in comment sections. I've heard it on Twitter. If the Miami Dolphins get in a shootout against the likes of Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, do you think Tua can win that game for you? I don't. And that's why we need to get a Deshaun Watson. That's why we need to go get a better quarterback, because Tua can't win a shootout. Well, he proved you wrong 3 times this year, and it is just halfway in the season. That being said, I praised Tua. I gave him all the praise he deserves. I need for him to stay healthy, because if he stays healthy, I'm not in a situation where I have the Patriots 1 game behind Miami and I'm tied with the Jets. If he stayed healthy, there's no way we're in that situation. We're tied with Buffalo, or we're beating Buffalo, because we might have lost. Again, I'm not saying that we would have went undefeated. I think we would have went undefeated, but I think minimum we would have lost 1 game. I think we would have beat the Minnesota Vikings, and I think we would have beat the Jets. Jets might have been a harder one, but the fact it was 17-19 going into the 4th quarter, I think Tua would have scored more. But and then again, Cincinnati, it was 7. We would have went undefeated. So he needs to stay healthy. And I also, again, I'm not ready to crown him. If you watched one of my videos, I talked about it. He's not elite yet. But I do think, from what I'm seeing and what I'm seeing on the field, I do think he's a franchise quarterback. And I do think he's the Miami Dolphins franchise quarterback. But a lot of people want to see him in cold weather games, right? That's a big thing that you hear. I want to see him in a cold weather game. And some people say, that's stupid. Why? And I'm in the same boat with the people who are saying they're stupid, but I'm also in the same boat. I'm doing a Jean-Claude Van Damme. Remember when he did the split and the trucks were moving? That's me right now. I'm in both boats, right? I want to see what he could do in the cold, but I also want to see what Mike McDaniel can do in the cold, because that is a big difference. The Tennessee Titan game and the Buffalo Bills game were team losses. Team losses. Now, the Bears game, the Lions game, and the Ravens game were offensive wins. I didn't say Tua wins. I said offensive wins. I think the Buffalo Bills game in 2020 and the Tennessee Titans game last year were team losses. They did not prepare for that Tennessee Titans game, and Gesicki even came out and said it. They did not prepare. And that Buffalo Bills game, we gave up 21 points in like 8 minutes. You can't be doing that. You cannot be doing that. So those two games were team losses. Again, I don't put, win percentages on quarterbacks, even though I just said the team is 6-0 with Tua. Doesn't mean that, but it is what it is. But I want to see what Mike McDaniel does in cold situations. We got 2 cold games in Buffalo and in New England. I want to see what Mike McDaniel does there. What is his game plan? Because he obviously knows how to put his players in the situation. He always says, trust me. I will help you. Let me show you I can help you, and then you'll trust me. They're trusting him because he's showing that I can help you. He's got Tyreek Hill going to be having 2,200 yards at the end of the season, going to set records. Tyreek's like, I'm trusting this man. He knows where to put me. I want to see what Mike McDaniel, along with Tua, can do in the cold weather games. But then again, on the flip side, shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter. So that's what I got. I hope you guys enjoy this video. It was mid-season, and I just noticed a lot of people are backtracking, especially because Tua is doing really well. Tua's top 5 in so many different categories. I thought I'd make this video, talk about it, talk about my thoughts on Tua, the team. I see you guys tomorrow, previewing Dolphins, Browns. This is a big game. Very big game. I've been saying that, but it is. If you're a Miami Dolphins fan, you're in that mentality now. Every day, every game is a playoff game. That's just the way we've been for the past 22 years. But it's a big game, especially because if we can win and go into the bye, wait till you see the injury report. Gotten smaller. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, previewing the Dolphins versus the Browns. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.